year 1209, a monk named Herman fell in love with a woman. When the other monks in the monastery found out, they put him on trial. Witness after witness came forward, evidence was presented, and then came the punishment. Herman was sentenced to be walled alive, buried inside a stone wall, left to die. He begged for mercy. No one listened. He said, "Even Jesus forgave those who hurt him. Give me one last chance." For a moment, the monks were confused. They didn't know what to do. So they made him a deal. They said, "We will forgive you, but on one condition. You must write down all the knowledge of mankind in a single book, and you have only one night to do it. A book with all human knowledge." Herman agreed. He didn't want to die, but there was a catch. He would be locked in the monastery basement, alone, in the dark. If he failed, he would be walled alive the next morning. Herman had only 12 hours. The next morning, the monks opened the basement door. What they saw shocked them. Herman was standing there, and in front of him was a book, 3 feet long, almost 4 feet wide, 9 inches thick, weighing about 165 pounds. The monks said, "This is impossible. How could you write this in one night?" Herman said, "I didn't write it. I prayed for help." One monk asked, "You have committed so many sins. You broke so many vows. Why would God listen to your prayer?" Herman smiled and said, "Who said I prayed to God?" The monks were confused, but Herman had completed the deal. They had to let him go. As soon as he stepped out of the room, he dropped dead. When the monks opened the book, they found a treasure of knowledge, but it was not written by God. The language, the passages, the ink, the materials, everything proved that Herman had prayed to the devil. He had traded his soul to write the book, just to escape a painful death. When the monks started reading, their souls trembled. Their feet slipped from under them. They immediately decided to hide the book from the world. This book is called the DevilsBible, or Codex Gigas. In this video, we will uncover the secrets of this satanic book. Let's go back centuries ago and find out the truth, the mysterious book. The book has 644 pages. Every page is made of vellum, donkey skin, very expensive at that time. The text is written in red, blue, green, yellow, and golden ink. Only kings could afford these colors. A simple monk locked in a basement could never afford such things. But that's not all. Your handwriting changes as you grow older. It gets more mature, more consistent. But in this book, every single letter is perfectly symmetrical. No difference in spacing, no difference in spelling, not even a tiny mistake. Today with computers, this is possible. Back then, it was impossible. How could one man gather so much knowledge in one night? How could he write 644 pages with perfect drawings and pictures? The story was not ready to be believed. One page in the book is the most terrifying of all, page 580. On this page, there is a terrifying drawing. People say the devil himself created this image, and while writing it, he dripped a drop of his own blood to leave his mark on the book. They say the devil's own reflection lives in this book. Those who respect the book and treat it well, the devil makes their life. Those who disrespect the book or insult it, the devil destroys them. This sounds like a story, but what I'm about to tell you will change your mind. After Herman died in the year 1212, the monastery kept the book, but they never respected it because they believed the devil wrote it, so they locked it away. But after that, disaster after disaster hit the monastery. Monks died mysteriously. Bad things happened to visitors. Slowly, people stopped coming. The monastery's finances crashed. The monks had no food. They started selling their valuable items one by one. When they had nothing left to sell, they sold their most precious treasure, the Codex Gigas, the Devil's Bible. In 1595, they moved the book to Sedlec Abbey. That same year, a Benedictine monastery bought it, but these monks were different. They didn't treat the book like a curse. They displayed it to the public. They exhibited its pages. They treated it like a cultural treasure. People came from far and wide to see it. The monastery made a lot of money. Coincidence? Or did respecting the book change their luck? Then they donated the book to a monastery library. Here too, the book was treated with respect. People were allowed to see it, and for a while, things were good. But then, a king saw the book. The king who wanted the book. The king was Rudolph II of the Roman Empire. He loved collecting cursed and haunted things. When he heard about the Devil's Bible, he could not control himself. He went to the library and borrowed the book. He was a king. No one could say no. The librarians knew he would never return it, but they gave it to him anyway. The king added the book to his collection of haunted items. He was very happy. But 2 years passed. The king never mentioned returning the book. Then the devil began to test him. At first, everything was normal. Then, in 1596, things started going wrong. The king's mental health began to decline. People said he was spending too much time with the book. He ignored his kingdom. He ignored his family. He just sat with the book. People said the voice of the devil was coming from the pages, and the voice would not let him leave. If you love the devil's book, the devil will love you back. The king stopped seeing his wife and children. His kingdom was falling apart. He had no idea. He didn't even remember his own name. All day, he would stare at page 290 and page 580, the page with the devil's face. He said the devil would not let him sleep. Every time he tried to sleep, the voice woke him up. The devil wanted something from him, but the king could not understand what. In 1611, his own family removed him from the throne. They put someone else in charge. By 1612, the man who loved the Devil's Bible died, alone, poor, in a painful way, but the book was still in the palace, so the devil kept tormenting the empire. By 1618, many countries declared war on the empire. The war lasted 30 years. By 1648, they lost everything. The Swedish Empire looted their treasure, even their library. In 1649, the book reached the Swedish Royal Library in Stockholm, but the devil's powers did not stop there. The night everything changed. One night in 1683, it was very late, around 2 a.m. An old guard named Lars was watching over the library. Suddenly, strong wind blew. Leaves rustled. Lars was confused. The library was completely closed from all sides. He followed the sound. It led him to the table where the Devil's Bible was kept. Then he realized it was not wind, it was not leaves. It was the sound of pages turning. But how could pages turn by themselves? The book was huge, bound in leather, heavy. Lars was too scared to touch it. He turned around to leave. Then he heard the pages turn again. He was only a few meters away from the book, but he felt no breeze, no wind. He couldn't even hear his own breath. Summoning his courage, he turned his head toward the book. His suspicion was correct. 2 pages had turned. The pages with the devil's face looked even more terrifying in the dark. Lars could not look away. He was hypnotized. He slowly walked toward the book, step by step, staring at the devil's face like it was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. Then suddenly, the heavy book slammed shut. Lars's head was crushed between the pages. The next morning, when people entered the library, Lars was nowhere to be found. His lantern was lying next to the book. 2 guards opened the book. Between the pages, there was a red, sticky liquid. Fresh blood. Lars's blood. His body was never found. They never let the story out. It would ruin the library's image. Dozens of librarians disappeared the same way over the years. Their blood always found on the devil's page. But one time, something different happened. A guard almost met the same fate, but right before the book slammed shut, he pulled his head back. He survived, and he told everyone what really happened. People finally understood where the missing guards had gone. The fire, May 7th, 1697. A normal night turned into a dance of death. Suddenly, a fire started in the library section right above the book. Thousands of books were destroyed. Librarians risked their lives to save books. They reached the Codex Gigas. Around it, everything was burned. The outer covering of the book was also burned, but the pages inside, not even a single burn mark. It was like a demonic power was protecting the book. One librarian grabbed another man, and together they threw the book out the window to save it. But as the book fell, some pages detached and disappeared. Scholars say those missing pages contained satanic spells and rituals, spells that could be used to summon the devil to earth. The monks and librarians were always scared that if the book fell into the wrong hands, someone would use it to fulfill their darkest desires. They always wanted to hide those pages from the world. Maybe the fire gave them that chance. Today, 325 years have passed since that fire. The book is kept in an airtight case at the National Library of Sweden. No one can touch it. No one can interfere with it. There are many spells written in the book, spells that can summon spirits, cure incurable diseases, but it is kept away from people because help from spiritual forces always comes with a price, and that price might be your life. Still, the digital version of this book is available online at a website called archive.org. All you need is to know Latin, because the whole book is written in that language. After knowing all this, would you dare to read it? Do you think the devil truly wrote this book? Or do you not believe any of this? Comment below and let me know. But whatever you do not try to read this book. You have plenty of other books to read. Open your bag and find something useful, because reading the Codex Gigas will not get you good marks on your exam. And if you ask the devil to help you pass your exams, even he might raise his hands in confusion. On that funny note, thank you for watching. Subscribe to Verdict Banshee for more terrifying stories. See you in the next one.